Okay, so gotta get this off my mind. I'm talking to myself. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't wear it. Don't ever think that you are too good to mess up. And in life, when you do fumble, it's all about the recovery. How well do you recover when life happens? You may say other things, but yeah, when life happens, what do you do? How do you show up in the space that you're in? I not necessarily have recently been, but I think for the last, I want to say 2 years, I've been in some uncomfortable situations. And what it has taught me is to keep moving forward. Um, that's a line from this animation called Meet the Robinsons. I love how they say, keep moving forward. Sometimes life happens and you don't want to move on from a thing, especially in moments where there's grief, there's death, and separations and stuff like that. Things that you can't really change, I guess, because people aren't here anymore. Those type of things. You can't move on from that, but you can continue to move forward in love and happiness, in joy and peace and patience, kindness, etc., etc. So I am uncomfortable a lot, and it may not seem like it, but as an introvert naturally and an overthinker, I have to, what I've learned in therapy is to be mindful and to train myself to walk myself down through the thoughts in my head that are spiraling out of control. I'm so grateful and thankful for being an artist, musician, singer, dancer, songwriter, etc., creative, because that's actually what helps me walk through life more, I guess, seamlessly, as if everything is okay. So I sing, I write the music that I publish, I dance, I sing at church, I do fitness stuff, um, I'm in a sorority, I'm active, highly active at work. I see a lot of people, I have a lot of different circles that I'm a part of, and also stepping into the motherhood lane and just getting closer to like the 40 plus club. There's just a whole different world that I'm about to embark on and embrace. And it can be scary, it can be uncomfortable, it can feel weird because it's something that you're not used to. I'm not used to. And I'm also in spaces where there are people that have very wealthy people, and they can make you, especially when you don't come from that background. Not to say that you can't ever get there, but when you don't naturally come from there, it can make you feel like, I guess they call it the imposter syndrome or something. Like, do you really belong in that space? But if you're there, then you must, you know, be exactly where you're supposed to be. So I just want to remember that there was a performance that I did about 2 years ago, and it was a freestyle performance with someone who is really really good at the style that, or they're just great, and I'm not so much of a great freestyler, and so to be able to dance with that person and just stay on the high and stay in performance mode, it took me to another level to be like, wow, this is what it means to let go and just be like in life. People who are like adrenaline junkies and extroverts, like that's what they live for. They live for the thrill of the ride. And I can be there, but I also need to take time to recharge. It's fun, but I need to take time to recharge. And so I learned that in that anything goes, anything can happen. Just like in a performance, when they do live concerts and shows, that's that one time. It's different from the studio, the record from the studio. Every performance is different. And you can strive for perfection, but there is that human element. At any point in time, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Don't beat yourself up. You have The knowledge of what you have at that point in time. If you could do different, if you could do better, then you would. And then the other thing is you have time to get it right later on in life. Take it to spiritual. So if originally people were supposed to live for forever, like in the Garden of Eden with God, like in their, in that essence. Once sin entered into the world, God was like, they can't stay in this state for forever. So, of course, Jesus came down, died on the cross, rose again, so we're able to return back to God. But it also, the gift of time is what we have to remember and recognize. Time is what gives us the opportunity to overcome our challenges and things that we need to get better at. Time allows you, you don't have to forever stay at the state of perhaps maybe a failure or a letdown or a 5 steps. You take some steps forward and you take some steps back. Worthy speaking to you. It's exhilarating to know that I can mess up, I can still be here. I don't look like what I've been through. Oh, if I could tell you what I've been through, you wouldn't believe, right? You would think this was written on a screenplay for a TV show. Yeah, you don't look like what you've been through, and it is going to be okay. And the more, sometimes it feels like I don't want to say the worse life gets, but the more mistakes you make, the more fumbles, you kind of learn how to pick yourself back up, and you pick yourself up better each time it happens. So the grace and the flawlessness that you see, especially like when you admire, like I guess for me, older women and then some men, right? And admire them for the point of how they handle life, how they glide through life. Some people are self-medicating in many different ways. And then some people, I was looking at a video from Sanaa Lathan, and she was talking about how you feel all of the emotions that you need to feel before you do anything. Dr. Caroline Leaf, there's a book that she also has. She talks about having different types of people in your life. One that you can tell all of your emotions to, some that you can tell a little, and some that you can't. Meaning you need to identify who those people are so that you can get that stuff out before you have an emotional volcano explode and at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people, and then it's like So you're human. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay to be human. You can be angry. Don't sin in your anger, but you can be angry. You can be sad. You can be mad. You can be happy. You can be confused. You can be whatever it is that you need to be. Feel it. Work through it. Talk through it. Make sure that when you're talking to people that you trust, that really care about you and have your best interests at heart, not people that are going to take it and use it against you. Those are people that you don't need to talk to. But yeah, today was great, and I just wanted to get this off my chest in addition to the other people that I've spoke to earlier today. I feel good, I feel great, and I just still feel like I've conquered the world today, even still. And I'm going to walk always with my head held high. There are moments when I think, like, what are they thinking? What? She looked at me funny. I don't know what that means. He said this. I don't know what that means. Just let it go. Let it go. Mind your business, and at least I'm gonna mind my business, and I'm gonna let it go, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward, because I have a daughter that I also have to be aware that she's gonna go through a lot of the same things as far as feelings and emotions. As if she's gonna go through this life, she's gonna go through a lot of the same things, and I just gotta be steadfast and strong to say, it's all right, you got this. That's normal. It's okay. You're human. You can feel like that, and then let's pick ourselves back up. So this is like a 10-minute with Tiffany J, or it could be a diary of a black mommy kind of thing. But I just want to get this out before I went inside and get a snack and then go to sleep. And then tomorrow is church. I feel good. Today was a fumble. It was a fumble, but it's okay. And I still feel good. Oh, and I also know what I wanted to say. I have been thinking about it. What I know now is I know that I know that I know that I know. I'm not going to say never, but like, I want to say I'm never going to second guess because I know. Like, these are the moments you have these like iconic pinpoint checkpoints of a moment in your life. Like, you know, those moments where like, oh, I know God is real, or I know da 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 da, or I know whatever it is for you. Like, I know that I know that I know that I know. I know when I study something. I know when I do something, what it is, what it isn't. And I'm this close to refining my discernment and knowing. And then also in the knowing, I have to be able to call out whatever it is. The foolishness, the stupidity, the confusion, or the, I don't have time for it, it's not going to fit in my schedule. That kind of thing. Being able to do that. But I know what I know, and I know that I know. And I'm going to rest in that because I have done the work. I know that I've done the work. And if you are going to jump on board, be confident in yourself as well. That you know that you know. That's what I learned today. I know. And there are many moments, like I said, I'm uncomfortable, but at least I know what I know about myself. And people don't rarely change. They don't. But when you evolve and grow over time, it's kind of like you can control yourself. And in controlling yourself, people have no choice but to react to how you put yourself out there, right? They may still stay the same, but at least they can adjust based on what you're dishing out. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Today I got a growth spurt today. This is I can't even talk. I am a month in for my new job, and I've got a growth spurt too, because I remember when I first started, I did something, and I'm usually like in charge. So I was on top. So now I'm back at the bottom again, right? And I was like, oh, but does this look good? And then she was like, yeah, no, you got to do it again. And I was like, ooh, me? Do it again? And I was just like, you know what? She's right. But also, it's been a long time since someone had told me, like, yeah, you got to fix that. And so it was a humbling experience because you're not always going to be at the top. It's okay. But, like, pull back, try again. And all it is it's just going to make you better. It's going to make you better. And those people that you admire, that's how you get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you've done the work. When I went to therapy, shout out, can't say her name because it's confidential, obviously, but like shout out to her because we talked about mindfulness. And it's just about being aware of your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and what's happening around you. And I've been doing that. And just kind of sitting with it and not really moving from it until I fully understand what's going on. And then I'm like, I got it. And that's what this kind of is for me, at least. So no one but the people that know what happened today will know what I'm talking about. And even like 5 years from now, won't even know what I'm talking about. But all that matters is, like I said at the beginning, these are for the people that are amazing at their craft and amazing at what they do, right? And you're pretty much almost like flawless. Don't ever think that it can't happen to you. And even if it doesn't happen to you, still know that life happens to everyone, even the people like what we say that we admire, like our celebrities or whatever. And if people can live in alternate realities and make up stuff and just roll with it, then why too can't we create like and say, okay, this is who I am, this is where I am, and this is what I want to do with my life, and go forward with that. You know what I mean? Because you got a whole bunch of foolishness going on, but we can't push forth like the right stuff, for lack of a better term. You can take that to politics. You can take that to, I don't know, just how people act. You could take it to relationships. You could take it to, I don't know, whatever you want to take it to. It don't really, matter. I'm not really, that part is not in any particular person. It's not, or people or whatever in the political field. It's not that. I'm just saying, it just came up as an example. But I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful, and I can rest in the fact that I had an amazing time. And yeah, tomorrow is church. I'm gonna go, and I'm not at the status that some people that I aspire to be are at, but I still do believe I live in a fishbowl. At some point in time, there are a lot of eyes watching, and that can be very nerve-wracking because people are just trying to figure out and tune in and be like, oh, what's she doing over there? That kind of thing. And then I can post something or say something, and it can either look in place, out of place. No one has no clue or idea where it's coming from, because sometimes I'm up at 3 a.m., 12 or whatever, or sometimes I may have posts that are just scheduled because I'm just trying to get it out. But I do feel like I live in a fishbowl, and everyone is always watching. So when you get to that point, it's kind of like sometimes you're always on, and then sometimes you're just like, and then when you have a moment where you break down emotionally in front of everybody, you're like, I tried so hard. But then what's the point of living if you can't be honest with yourself and the people that are around you so that they can support you when you are weak? You get what I'm saying? So just make sure if you need to fall apart, do it in a safe space, or pull over or get somebody on the phone so you can be in a safe space to get it out, and then keep moving forward, because that's what life is all about. As long as you can wake up each and every day, you have the opportunity to be better, to be your best self. So I am so grateful. I am thankful. I am human. I am not perfect, and it is okay. But I'm so grateful for every gift and talent that I have, because the gift is given without repentance, and that's what's so awesome. And also, your gifts will make room for you. I have been to places that I can't even imagine, and I've met people that I can't even imagine that I've met. Like 6 degrees, 3 degrees of separation. No, how about one? Because God is awesome, and He can take you wherever He wants to take you. You just gotta wait on His timing. That's all. And His timing is the right timing. So sometimes we have our own will, and then there's permissible will. But if you fall in line with God's will, everything's going to be flawless. But we're human, so stuff be happening. All right, I'm going to go inside. I've been on too long. I hope this helped someone. Follow me at Miss Tiffany J everywhere. Website, YouTube, Instagram, X, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, whatever the case. You guys have an amazing night. All right, take care. My mom talking about what you doing because I'm sitting in the car on my phone. She gonna watch this and be like, okay, bye y'all.